Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is episode 2 of Worry-Free Wednesday. So I got lots of great feedback last week on episode 1 of Worry-Free Wednesday, so I'm really pleased that you liked it, and for everybody's worries that I did manage to answer, I hope it helped and I hope it gave you a little bit of clarity. So straight on to episode 2. This week I've got loads of worries to answer again. Like last week, I'm going to answer 5 for you and hopefully give you a little bit of clarity on anything that has been worrying you recently. If you're new here and you're not 100% sure on what Worry-Free Wednesday is, it's basically a concept that I've come up with. You tell me your worries, and on a Wednesday, if I pick your worry, I will hopefully answer that and give you a little bit of advice and clarity on your worry to help you move forward carefree. So, gonna get straight in with the worries and I hope you enjoy. The first worry is, I don't qualify for furlough and I have a job position, but I don't know how to tell my boss. So I'm assuming here that you've been with a company, they don't offer furlough, so you've probably been in a position of struggle, like so many other people in this moment of time, but you've got a new job. To me personally, it's very straightforward, this one. You've got a job that's going to pay you. You've probably been in a financial struggle recently. I understand that you will have loyalty towards your old job, your old boss, but you have to move forward, and this is an opportunity that's presented itself. It's going to put you in a better position, I'm assuming, otherwise you wouldn't have applied for the job. Therefore, you have to think of yourself. At the end of the day, I think it's great to have loyalty towards your employer, but you've always got to remember that big or small, micro kind of company or, mega million company, you are essentially an employee, therefore you are a number. And as much as it is hard to turn around to a boss and say, I'm moving on, at this moment in time especially, you've got to think of yourself and you've just got to do it. Whether you want to do it letter, email, or whether you want to do it verbally, your boss has to understand that your career and your financial position comes before anything else. As hard as that is, I would just be going in and having an honest conversation with your boss and saying, I don't qualify for furlough, I need a job where I'm going to be getting paid, and I've actually found that, so I'm handing in my notice and I'm moving on. It's as simple as that. You've got to put yourself first and just think about how you feel right now. You're probably a bit worried and anxious and you don't want to let the company down, you don't want to let your boss down, but in a month from now it'll be a distant memory, so just go for it. Okay, so the next question is, how on earth do you make new friends when you move 5 hours away and you know no one? So this is a great question. I love this question. And of course, at the minute, it's so hard to meet new people. I totally get that. But in general, it can be really nerve-wracking to meet new people. It can be really nerve-wracking to try and make new friends, depending on what kind of personality type you've got. For me, I love meeting new people. I love making new friends. It doesn't really matter where I go, how long I'm there. I always come away with a friend. That's just the kind of person that I am. But what I find to be the best way to make friends is just to be yourself and just be chatty and just put yourself in positions where there's going to be new people. So I'm not sure where you've moved or why you've moved there, but I'm pretty sure you'll be working in some capacity. You might have a hobby. It might be that you go to the gym, or it might be that you it is hard at the minute because you can't really go and join clubs or classes or things like that because a lot of them are postponed and stuff. But I'm the kind of girl where I literally go out on a night out and I'll go to the toilets and I'll come out with like 4 friends, and I think it's just about being out there and being as sociable as you can. At this moment in time it is really difficult, but maybe connect with other people in your area, on Instagram. Also, another really great app to use is Bumble. So Bumble, I know, is typically known as being a dating app, but they have a section of their app which is about making friends. So you can actually download the app, put in, you might be looking for a partner, you might not be, but you can also just kind of focus on the friends side of the app, put in your location and see what comes up, and that might help you just find your feet a little bit and give you a little bit of confidence to kind of go out and kind of meet somebody for a social distance coffee, that might be a really good option. But yeah, don't be afraid, you know, when you're shopping and you're at the cash desk, just have a chat with the people behind there. Like, people probably think I'm a bit weird, but I think it's a Geordie thing. We just chat to everybody and talk to everybody. Me and Connor are like looking to like move next year to be together like in our own place, and we're probably gonna move cities, and he's not the kind of person who makes friends really easily, but I am. So I kind of understand that it's not easy for everyone, but the more you've got in common with somebody, the easier it is. So if you've got, you know, if you love going to the gym, go to the gym and you can get chatting about the gym and different exercises. There's so many ways to make new friends. Just be yourself and just be chatty. You've got nothing to lose. I really hope that helps. I'm probably the wrong person to ask in some ways because I just naturally do it. Like, I can remember I went to college and then like I left college to get a job, and then I went back to college to finish my A-levels, but my A-level cohort had left, so I just joined the one after mine, and a lot of my peers were like, oh my god, I don't know how you did that. And then when I finished uni, I went and flew to Marbella and did a season there, and I didn't know anybody and I just went on my own. But I've got to say, it can be nerve-wracking, especially when I was younger. I was definitely a bit more aware and conscious and used to think, oh god, am I going to make friends, or I hope they like us. But you just get chatting and you just think, I need to make friends, so I'm just going to make it happen, and it just becomes super easy. So just be yourself, be chatty. The worst somebody can do is be like, she's weird saying hello to me, but ultimately just be nice and friendly. Like, who doesn't want to be friendly and who doesn't want to make friends with friendly people? Because I do. And maybe some of your friends from where you were living might want to come and visit you at some point when all of the restrictions and stuff on is intense, depending on where you're from and where you're going. And it might be great to go out with another friend who you've already, you know, got a relationship with, to help you make friends with other people. But I really hope that helps. All as I can say is get out there, be yourself, and the rest will follow, honestly. So the next worry is, I've put weight on in lockdown, going to be working from home for the foreseeable, and worried that I will put even more on. It's hard to get motivated. Now, I've got to agree, it is really hard to get motivated when you're in lockdown, when you're working from home. I know when we were in the thick of lockdown at the beginning, I am very active. I like to be at the gym 3-4 times a week. I like to eat healthy. I like to look after my health. My health's the most valuable thing to me and the most important thing to me, so I love to look after it. But at the beginning of lockdown, for a good, I want to say 2-3 months, I literally had no motivation. At the beginning I was a bit like, yeah, I'll do some home workouts, and I did 1 or 2 on average per week, but it was nothing compared to what I was doing at the gym, and I wasn't getting out and I wasn't doing my steps. What I would say is, give yourself a little schedule and a little routine. If you're working from home, it's going to be dead stagnant. You're just going to be like looking at the same 4 walls. It's almost like, I eat here, I have my leisure time here, I'm training here, I'm working here. So it can be quite hard to motivate yourself. What I like to do for myself is, on a Sunday, I'll kind of plan my week just in the notes on my phone. So for example, on a Monday, I'll literally put in, if I'm going to the gym, what tasks I've got to do, if I want to go for a walk, and I allocate myself that time. If I was you, just to get you moving, I would be trying to aim to get 10,000 steps a day. So whether you want to do that walking around the house, walking around your garden, if you haven't got a garden, just walking around the block, moving makes the weight fall off. Plan in a walk in your day, whether that be on your lunch break, whether that be before you start work, or after you finish work. But getting outside, getting some fresh air, getting away from your work is actually going to help your mental health as well as your physical health. Secondly, I would also start planning your meals. If you've got a nice schedule of what your day is going to look like, including your nice mindful walk, you can listen to a podcast, or you can listen to an audiobook, or you can just listen to your favourite music. That's going to set you up really nicely. Add to that a nice meal plan, so make sure you're eating all of the right things. Have a treat if you want a treat. I'm literally all for having treats. If you want a bit of chocolate, have a bit of chocolate. If you want to take away on a weekend, have a takeaway. But for me, I think what would be great in your situation is maybe have a little bit of a menu on the go. I don't know whether you live alone or whether you live with a partner or family. It's always great if your family or your partner can support you, but if not, you just focus on you, because you can only control yourself. have a sit down, think about what you like eating, think about what's healthy and what's going to really contribute to your internal health, because we want to look at our body as like a vessel. We want to look at our body that needs to be fueled, and then go from there. So think, right, okay, then on Monday, Wednesday and Friday I'm going to have porridge and fruit for my breakfast, and then I'm going to have some salmon, and I'm going to have some chicken, or I'm going to have a salad, or I'm going to have some corn, whatever. But if you've got a nice plan for the week of what you're going to eat, go and do your shopping at the weekend or on a Monday after work and get all your food in nice, know that you're going to have a really nice week of walking. By the end of the week you'll have done 70,000 steps. I mean, I think that's quite an achievement. You will see that you not only feel better mentally, but physically you'll start to lose weight and you'll just feel all round better. I've got to say, when I started training again, when the restrictions uplifted and we could go back to the gym, and I've started incorporating walks into my like weekly routine, because I've got to say I don't like walking. I'm quite like impatient, so when I'm walking somewhere I'm like, I just want to get there, I just want to get there. So I now go drive my car to a walk which is more picturesque, whether that be like a woodland walk or the beach or the quayside. Have a nice walk, take in the scenes. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I listen to a podcast, sometimes an audiobook, or sometimes I just take in the sounds of nature. And honestly, I know it's getting a bit colder, but just wrap up in the cold on your face and you just get back in the car and you're like, you just feel like awake, and you just feel like, I don't know, it just gives, well, it's endorphins, isn't it? It gives you all of those nice, happy, feel-good hormones, and that's what we want. So I think 2 things for you is, don't stress about thinking I'm going to put more weight on, I'm working from home, nothing's going to change, it's going to spiral. Let's change our way of thinking. Let's think, okay, right, this is the situation I'm in, grateful I've still got a job, working from home, what can I do to make sure I don't put more weight on, and what can I do to make sure that I'm in a happy, healthy place? Get some nice walks in, and let's plan our food and make sure we're having nice, healthy meals. And if you want to then go a step further, in a few weeks you might want to add in a few little home workouts. There's loads of apps, there's loads of free YouTube videos that you can use, you can follow. I will link a few down below who I really like to follow, and it might give you a little bit of motivation as well. So I hope that helps. Don't beat yourself up about the weight that you have put on. I think everybody is in a very similar boat. I think people have, on the whole, maybe got into little unhealthy habits that they maybe didn't do before lockdown. That's fine, we just have to honour how we felt at the time. That was yesterday, that was last month, that was last week. We don't dwell on that. We're going to move forward with nice healthy habits. So the next question is, my ex and my BFF are together. I'm scared all my friends will cut me off if I make a deal of it. Right, well, I think you're absolutely 100% entitled to make a deal of it, and I think if any of your friends cut you off for making a deal of it, they're not friends. In my opinion, any of my friends who even considered going with any of my ex-boyfriends, I would class that as complete betrayal, and that is not a friend, in my opinion. You have to take what I say as advice and not as gospel, because this is just my opinion. But for me personally, I don't think I could continue a friendship with this person. How can that be your best friend? Sorry, I just don't understand personally how your best friend can be going out with your ex, bearing in mind your best friend will know the feelings that you had for your ex, which I'm assuming there was a lot of feelings involved for you to be bothered. To me, that's just not friendship, and that's betrayal. And if you've okayed that and you're telling me this, then you need to actually say, I'm not okay with it, and this has really hurt my feelings, and this is, you know, this is the way it's making me feel. I really don't want you to be worried about expressing how you feel, because I think you're obviously a very caring, kind, compassionate person for you to be thinking about their feelings before your own, thinking that if you express how you feel, they're going to cut you off and out of the friendship group, which isn't right. You've probably got 2 options here. You accept that they're together, your ex and your best friend are together, and you allow that to happen, and you allow yourself to feel how you feel the hurt, and keep your mouth shut, which I personally couldn't do. Or you honour how you feel and you go forward and you say to the friend who's with your ex, and also your other friends who are in the friendship group, actually, I'm not okay with this, this has really hurt my feelings. I need to talk about it. And maybe if you do talk about it and air it, you might become okay with the fact. For me personally, I just don't think I could be okay with that. In fact, I just know I wouldn't be okay with that. But please don't feel like you can't say how you feel because of how people are going to respond. How you feel is your truth, and you absolutely deserve to be able to speak that truth. You shouldn't have to keep that hidden away out of the fear of being cut off from friends. If they cut you off, they're not friends, and I think you've got every right to feel a certain type of way about them being together. So if I was you, whether that be over text or whether you give your best friend a call or ask to meet up face to face and just say, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I have to tell you how I feel. Please, 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 please don't worry about how they're going to respond, because I'm pretty sure if any of your friends had that situation happen to them, I'm pretty sure they would also feel as rubbish as you're feeling right now. But I'm really sorry that's happening to you, and I really do want you to have the courage to say how you feel and not have to sit with that hurt. If that person's your best friend and your friends are your friends, they'll understand and they'll support you and make you feel better about the situation. So the last worry for today's episode is I'm feeling stuck in life. Now, I really do empathise and feel for anybody who does feel stuck, and I think the majority of people at some point in their life have felt stuck. I know I have, and it's been multiple times, not just once in my life. Sometimes it feels like you're getting to a certain place and then you really feel like you're making moves, and then just something stops you in your way, in your tracks, and you just think, oh, I never get past that point, and I'm just feeling really confused and I don't know where I'm going and what. So my memory was full there, so I had to delete some items off my phone, so I don't know where I was. But so as I was saying, I know a lot of people do feel like they get stuck, and it gets to the point where you're like, what kind of course is my life going to take? And it can become frustrating. Where I've felt most stuck in my life is when I've been doing things that I didn't really 100% want to be doing, whether that be jobs or whatever my current situation was, and it just didn't feel right. That's when I felt most stuck. I think this moment in time, life is so strange now, and it's definitely going to impact on how you're feeling. Whatever it is that you're feeling stuck about, write it down. Get yourself a nice notebook, a nice journal, and write down how you're feeling, and write down what you can change right now. Because what I say is, and believe me, I am a worrier, I'm not going to worry about something if there's no way I can change it. And if the position you're feeling right now, if you feel stuck because of COVID, then all of us are in the same boat, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it at the minute. We've just got to ride the wave and hope that things are going to get better and the world's going to restore a little bit of normality at some point. But if you feel stuck because of something that's in your control, whether that be you want to move and do something different, you want to move into a different field of interest, then research that course, see how you're going to get there, find out how many years is it going to take me to get to my chosen career. What are the things that I need to do to get myself there? At the minute, if there's something that is blocking your way, you need to work out, how can I unblock myself? How can I unblock whatever it is that's making me feel like I'm stuck? Sometimes, even if there's not any change that you're wanting, but you still feel stuck, there's something telling you you need to make a move, you need to do something to make yourself feel unstuck. The universe, and I always talk about the universe, will make you feel uncomfortable and will make you want to change something when the universe knows, okay, let's level up, let's take things to the next stage of our lives, how we're going to do that. And when I look back on my life, the times where I felt stuck is because I was in positions or job roles or places that realistically weren't serving me for where I wanted to be. I knew what my long-term vision was, I just didn't know how to get there. But that shouldn't stop you. That should make you more inspired and encouraged to move forward. Focus on yourself, focus on bettering yourself. Make sure that you're absolutely 100% the best person that you can be. The more self-work that you do, the better you're going to be as a person and the less stuck you're going to feel. Work out, eat well, read, educate yourself, listen to podcasts, listen to inspirational people. Tony Robbins, if you haven't heard of Tony Robbins, you have to get on Tony Robbins. read The Secret, read The Power, read Hero, read The Magic, read all of these books. All of the books that I'm looking at over here on my bookshelf, read all of these books that are going to inspire you. Get yourself onto such a high frequency, such a high vibration, that everything you're doing is always benefiting you in some way. It's helping you create the life that you want to live. Another great thing you can do is download the app Vision Board. Make yourself a nice vision board. Put on everything that you like, everything that you want, everything you know you deserve. Every day, morning and night, it reminds you to press it, and you play it, and you just keep playing it. Apparently the images go so fast that they go into your subconscious mind, which then really kind of gets deep in there and helps you manifest what you want. I think that's a really good starting point. Have a sit down with yourself and think, right, why do I feel stuck? Because of course I don't know why you feel stuck, so there's only so much advice I can give you. But if you clarify to yourself, right, what is it that's making me feel stuck? Let me write a list. What am I happy with? What am I grateful for? What things am I not so happy with? What things do I want to change? Okay, now we've clarified those two lists. How am I going to do that? How am I going to achieve that? And while you work all of that out, work on yourself, work on your mindset, and everything will start falling into place. Honestly, it really will. The stronger and more positive your mind is, the more free and the more positive you feel, the more good things then start flowing to you. Believe me, that is a fact. Now, I hope that helps. Of course, I don't know why you're feeling stuck, but I really do hope that that makes you feel a little bit more unstuck and makes you feel in control of your own life, because at the end of the day, if it's something that you can't control, let it go. If it's something you can control and it is something that you want to change about yourself, then there's no time better than to start but now. Okay, so that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, episode 2 of Worry Free Wednesday. If I did answer your worry, I hope that that does help and gives you clarity, and you can move forward with your day and your week knowing that we've got some good healthy habits and we can kind of put all of our worries to the side for now at least. If I did answer your worry and you do want to talk or ask me some further questions, please feel free to comment down below or to inbox me on Instagram, because I do try to get back to everyone on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, then please like and comment, and also don't forget to subscribe, because it absolutely means the world and means I can keep making these videos. Thank you so much. If you are watching this and I didn't answer your worry, remember you can always submit the same worry that you submitted this week in next week's worry box on my Instagram stories. So thank you so much. Send you lots of love, positivity and good vibes as always, and I'll see you again next week. Mwah.